Hello everyone. Hello. What's going on? Are we tired of drinking tea or I will take care of that? My name is Priska Zulu and I just want to welcome you all to our 11th annual tea party. There's some people that have attended each and every one of them. Some of you are attending this for the first time. Yes. And we guarantee you want to come back. So thank you for coming.
So good evening and welcome. All right, so maybe just a bit of introduction about who you are. And maybe, I know I've seen you a couple of times, you just tell us how many tea parties you've attended so far. Yes, I'll start with you, Dr. Bryan. Yes.
Yeah, hi. I'm Dr. Elaine Bryan, the Honorary Consul for Jamaica and Atlanta. This is my 8th year as the Honorary Consul. And this is my second tea party.
Great, and then I'll move on to Ms.
Hey, good evening. I'm Shay Smith. I am the Director of Community Engagement at Kennesaw State University. I know there's some owls in the room. And I am excited to announce that we have had a country study at KSU for 42 years. The 43rd year this fall will kick off the year of Thailand. And then the African country that we will be studying the following year has now been selected, and I'm announcing tonight that it is officially Zambia.
All right, thank you for that quick introduction. So, Dr. Bryan, our first question is for you, and you're also going to respond to the first question. So my question for you is, in one sentence, what does legacy mean to you?
Okay, legacy to me means culture, memories, friendships, family, and wealth.
For me, legacy is investing in the people who are coming after me so that all the generations that invested in me can be seen in the years to come with something sustainable that is passed on. All the things you said.
Yes, thank you.
All right, and just a follow-up on that. So who or what shaped that definition for you? Your definition for legacy. So Dr. Bryan and then Ms. Smith. Who or what shaped that definition for you, your definition of legacy?
Well, what it means to me?
Yes, and is there any person who helped you shape that definition?
Oh, I got you, yes. The reason why I think friendship, value, wealth, although sometimes we don't like to admit it, but we do need material things to make things happen in the world and for success and all those things. I got those values from my parents.
All right. And Ms. Smith?
Yeah, same. I would say that I can remember back even to grandparents who invested through prayer, through time, through service in their community, and seeing that lived out through them is what led me to my beliefs today.
Okay. All right. Thank you. I will move on to another question centered around cultural wisdom. So from your culture or your experience, what is one thing every woman must carry forward?
Okay, good question. You know, the burden is on women. This is one thing women have. We all have that burden to pass the tradition to the next generation. Whether it is food, music, education, friendships, and family, we have that burden to pass it to the next generation. And that is what I intend to do, and that's what I have been doing.
All right. Ms. Mia.
Yeah, to build off of that, I think it's also the connections that we have the ability to make as women within our community, and I think we found even at KSU beyond our local community to the community, the world beyond us. And so I think it's important for us to continue developing that.
Okay, so you just mentioned that as women, you need to pass on that to the next generation. And I'm sure we're all aware that today's generation is influenced by a lot of social media. I have a teenager, and every time I tell her about my Zambian culture, she doesn't want to hear it. And also there's the issue of AI, you know, you tell them what life should look like, and then AI will tell them otherwise. So based on what you just are saying about the importance of passing on this to our children, so how do we ensure that that is passed on under, I mean, even if they are influenced by so many negative things around them? Is it? And maybe Dr. Ms. Smith, since you're with Kennesaw State, maybe just a follow-up, are any case studies that have been successful around passing on culture to generations in this digital space?
Yeah, there is a lot to be said for being immersed in a culture, which is something we encourage our students. Sydney is with us tonight. She's already studied abroad multiple times. And there's something to be said for being immersed. Perhaps you have it in your home and you can be immersed in your home with it as well. But we encourage all the students to go abroad because we know it helps them have a transformative experience and that they'll think globally and they'll think beyond just the culture that their family may represent. So for us that's important, but not every student can go abroad. So we encourage our students through their education to really dive deep into what their families have shared with them and to embrace that and share that with our entire university, which is huge now. A little more challenging, but as much as they can. And then we bring this Year of Country Study to campus to expose them to different cultures as well, just to remind them that there are a lot of different people in the world, and understanding and making those connections with people is extremely important. So, and not just listening to what they see here, but hearing and seeing from people firsthand.
Dr. Bryan, anything you want to
Yes,
add?
I agree with what she has said, and you know, she's a university person doing the research, and data is everything, so I honor her response. And myself, I have seen Kennesaw in action when I went to the Bucket Club where Dr. Anna hosted Kennesaw, and it was such an uplifting experience. So I really appreciate sharing the panel with her. And also to tell you that a lot of stuff has to do with relationships. So as we have our children, we want to encourage them to come to events such as this one, where we have the younger generation and the mature generation and not so mature like myself. We come together and we learn from each other. And so that is why I made the effort to come to these events, because this is action and not just theory.
All right, thank you. My almost last question for both of you is, what is one thing modern women must be careful not to lose today? Yeah, Dr. Bryan, and then we can pass it to Ms.
Yes. The modern generation, sometimes they may not see the value in tradition. You know, just to make sure, the things like what we did today, the meal that was served, those are traditional dishes. They are food for the soul. And so it's more than just, you know, the taste and all that. The taste was excellent, but it's just about being familiar with what the culture has been doing long before we came. And so I value the fact that the younger persons are here today, and they can also pass on that tradition and learn how to do it.
Ms. Smith?
I think my answer stays the same, that I think it's easy for us in this generation, the young people today coming along, to not be connecting with their family and the community around them. And so it's extremely important to have events where they can come together and set these things aside and really get to know who they are and where they come from.
All right. Well, thank you so much, ladies, for your time. And maybe, we can probably take 1 or 2 questions from the audience before we close out this session. Do we have any questions for our panelists around the questions that we asked, or anything else that you want to ask? Yes, I can pass on the mic.
Hello. Should I introduce myself? Hello, my name is Sydney. I am a student at Kennesaw State University, and I'm also a global ambassador, and I work alongside Shay. And my question to you, Ms. Shay, is how do you feel your role as a woman has changed throughout time? As you've gotten older?
Thank you for that, Sydney. Okay, I'm gonna also pull my co-panelists in on this one. I definitely think it's expanded. I used to think that legacy was something that you left behind, that people knew you for. And now I feel that the legacy isn't something I'm leaving, it's something I'm planting in the people and the communities that I work with. So I work with a lot of diverse students at Kennesaw State, and it's really exciting for me to learn from them, but also to provide those opportunities for you to fully become who you're meant to be, personally and professionally. And so I think that's where the expansion has come from. It's not so much about a list of things I've done as it is whose lives I've touched and reached.
Thank you. I share the same sentiment with her, and that is why for 18 years I have done the Microsoft program. Just for this very reason, we work with college students. Some of my colleagues in the audience, Dr. Pottinger and others, have done it with me for years, where we actually pass on the legacy, pass on these traditions in the program, because they like to see things, the younger generation. They like to be involved, don't you think? Yes. And so that's why we think that's a good thing to do, and we have to start early with them. Yes.
I do want to acknowledge my fellow member of the Consular Corps, Dr. Elaine Bryan. She is the Honorary Consul of Jamaica. And I do want to acknowledge and thank Ms. Shay Smith from Kennesaw State University. Thank you very much for coming. Now, I know that this room is filled with a lot of people. There are a lot of university representatives. There are organizational leaders. We have community leaders. We have Friends of Zambia. And all of you are very, very important guests. I just want to say thank you again for coming out. Come on, you can do better than that. And if I were to mention everyone, obviously I'll be here for a very long time. But on behalf of AZWWI, I want to officially welcome you to the Threads of Legacy Tea Party. And as you've heard, we've been doing these events for 11 years. It is not easy. Thank you. So today, I wanted to talk about our vision. The vision of AZWWI mostly includes primary and secondary education, and we support the girls, orphan girls, vulnerable girls in rural Zambia. And as we are expanding, so we started out with 37 girls, and now we have 140 girls in the program. So we have to rethink our vision. What else can we do? So it's now beyond just primary and secondary education. We do now want to think about what next. So for AZWWI, we want to look at college education and technical skills for these girls so that the young women are equipped, skilled, and empowered for the future. And culture remains at the heart of this mission, because we know culture gives you identity, it gives you confidence, and it gives you grounding. So now, and the other thing about AZWWI, it started out as Atlanta Zambian Women with Influence, and it was just the Atlanta women. But now we are global, and we're very inclusive. So we are welcoming everyone into the community of AZWWI. If you're a friend of Zambia, you're not Zambian, you're welcome to join us as long as you believe in our mission. So we will definitely welcome you into the sisterhood. My task today is simple. It's a call to action. I really want to ask you to partner with us, support this mission, and invest in the future of these young girls. Together, we're not just hosting an event, we're really building a legacy where every girl has an opportunity, every girl has a voice, and every girl will know their worth. So I invite you to partner with us, because the impact that we'll create together will last far beyond this room. So thank you again for being part of this legacy, and I hope you continue enjoying the evening. And after I am done, we are going to get our documentary here going, so you can just understand a little bit about who we are, where we're going, and the community that we serve. Thank you very much.
I take a seat.
Well done, well done, well done. We're just about to join you when the music stops. So.
No, there's a closing ceremony, so we'll do that.
Oh, yeah. My name is Clara Lukomba, Doctor of Healthcare Administration. In my community, I guess in the Zambian community, in the United States of America, I am known for being one of the matrons. In my hood, in Toledo, Ohio, I am known as an entrepreneur. I have home healthcare agency, nursing school, amongst other businesses that we built from scratch. I am a mother, I am a grandmother. What else is there to say? I love to cook, I love to dance, and of course I like making duties. I'm auntie to almost all the kids in my family. The person that people go to when they need to talk to somebody, so I wear many, many hats.
My name is Musandi, Mrs. Kapiri. I'm from Indianapolis. I'm a Zambian. I cook, I coordinate events, and at the same time, I'm the manager for Amazon. I'm known as Mama Amazon, that's how they call me. And I'm a matron. What else can I say? Those who know me, I'm a very funny person and I love cooking. I work with kids. I'm a coordinator. I coordinate between the judges and the probation officer because I work with troubled kids. They are not troubled, but they make wrong choices. So I work with them. Thank you so much, and I'm very humbled to be here to talk about our culture. I'm so happy, and thanks to Dr. Anna Katema for remembering me.
And my name is Priska Chandazulu. I'm Zambian, American, Atlantan. In my community, I guess they call me all sorts of names, but the ones that I know of is mother of the community. I guess all of them are my children. Doesn't matter their age, if they're older than me or younger, they're all my children. I guess that's why. And it's like since everyone knows my off days, so they know if they call me and I don't pick up, they know I'm ignoring them. So I just have to pick up when they call. So that's me, Metron. I cook. Why do Metrons cook? I'm a mother, I'm a daughter, I'm a sister, I'm a cousin, I'm a friend, everything. It's a long, long list. That's me.
Okay, that's our powerful ladies over there. They do a lot in the community, and we thank them. We could never leave, we could never experience the Zambian culture without ladies like the ones we have up here. So I will start my questions. My questions will be mostly centered on culture, especially the Zambian culture. And Dr. Sasha, like I call her, Musonda. So in our Zambian tradition, women are guided before marriage through kitchen parties. Could you please briefly explain, for those that don't know what a kitchen party is, could you please explain, and could you also tell us what is very important about this event?
Okay, thank you for that, Matron Grace. She calls me Sasha because when I get on the stage, when I'm doing matron duties, I kind of, Clara escapes and Sasha comes in. You all know about Sasha, Beyonce's Sasha? All right, so to me a kitchen party is a Zambian traditional social gathering, a pre-wedding celebration where women gather to prepare, encourage and guide the bride before marriage. It is not just about giving kitchen gifts, it's about passing down wisdom from older women to the young bride so that she enters marriage with guidance, support, and a sense of responsibility. At its heart, a kitchen party is about preparation, community, and legacy. One teaching I still believe is essential today is the teaching of respect. Across the board, I think one needs to respect themselves, you need to respect your, I mean, we're talking about getting married now, right? So you have to respect your husband, you have to respect the union, and above all, respect God. And that's it.
Very, very well spoken, and I do emphasize on respect. I think when it comes to respect, most of the times when women are educated, they look down on their husbands. And that is not a Zambian way of doing, of being a wife. So respect is number one.
Yes, it's also about respect for, self-respect, mutual respect in marriage, and respect for the responsibility of building a peaceful and healthy home.
Amen. Mrs. Perry, so from your experience as a matron, what is one lesson about being a wife that is often misunderstood or overlooked today?
Thank you. Most of the women we misunderstand when it comes to our husbands, especially us women who are in diaspora. One thing is when you are married and you are in a home, some of women, they expect a lot from their husbands. They'll be sending their husbands something which we don't do in our culture. You find a woman is expecting the husband to take the trash out, to do the cooking, and to clean the house. Back home, like our Zambian culture, we don't teach that when you go home. You have to tell your husband to cook, to do laundry, to take trash. Okay. All those things we don't teach them. But some of the women, when they adopt a different culture, that's what they do in their homes. Us as matron, that's not what we teach. That's the most important thing. Please practice what you are taught. Practice them, and if you want to do a refresher course for yourself, go to Proverbs 31. That's where I run to. If I want a refresher course to reteach myself, I go to Proverbs 31. Please make sure you read that. Proverbs 31.
Thank you very much. So you see, it's not just about culture, tradition, it also is about the Bible. Because everything goes back to teaching, to respect. Everything comes from the Bible as well. Mrs. Zulu, as a matron here in America, what are the challenges that we face, as matrons, what are the challenges that we face in teaching preserving these traditions while balancing modern life and different culture influences?
I think the challenges that we face, that when you come from home and then you come and settle in a different place, and most of these children were born here, so this is all they've known. So for you to start instilling in them our culture, it's really a challenge, especially if the parents are not teaching them. They only wait until when their child is getting married, that's when they bring them to you to teach them. And Another challenge is we try so hard to fit in and we're forgetting our culture. But the most important thing is to uphold our culture. And if you just stick to what the culture says, and I always go back to the same Bible verse. Because these children, they are told, oh, what those old women are teaching you is like for just old people. Yes, so before we do anything, we go through the word of the Lord. So you teach them, so basically everything is highlighted there. I'm sure most of you that have gone through, you know that everything that we teach is actually taken from the books of Proverbs 31. So I think the most, the challenge that we get is, and especially with social media, so you see, oh, that one is trending, but you know that what they're doing, they're teaching those wrong things. It's not out of our culture, and it's even not out of the Bible. But because you want to belong, you're like, okay, we'll just go with it. And if, you know, the parents of the bride, they of course will come to you, please teach our child, but they want to give you guidance on how to do it. But as matrons, if you really know where you're coming from, you have to stand your ground, tell them, no, this is what we do. If not, then sorry. So those are the challenges that we face.
And that's very true. As a matron too, I've also faced a challenge where you find that these young ladies, even before they get married, they are living together, they're staying together, or cohabiting with the boyfriend or fiance. So it's very hard to try to break into something that they've already created. Because back home we don't do that. We don't live with a guy and then later on get married. So that's why it's very easy to teach somebody from home, because they are going in spanking new. Okay, spanking new into that home, even though they'll sneak in and out, but at least we know that they're going in. We're bringing them there as a wife. So thank you very much, Mrs. Zulu. Back to Dr. Sasha. So Dr. Sasha, you spend a lot of time in Zambia. And I know that there are so many new things that are evolving now. Could you please tell us of anything that is new there, that is trending? Because we also want to trend. We want to keep up with the tradition.
Yes, I just spent quite a bit of time in Zambia now. I think I'm doing like 6 months in the US, 6 months in Zambia. I do see some shifts in how culture is being taught and understood. I see a shift from the traditional bridal kitchen parties. Nowadays, when you go to a bridal shower, people are looking like you. Back in the day, we were all clad in, the traditional chitenge outfits, and the bride sat on the floor or the ground, whatever. There was nothing for you, like what's happening now. They'll give you a nice sofa, you're comfortable. We never did that. So every woman who attended the shower brought a gift and had some kind of teaching or a lesson for the bride. Nowadays, it's more about monetary gifts. People will tell you minimum amount, 1,000 kwacha or 5,000 kwacha. So that's the new trend in Zambia. So I don't know if you want to emulate that. I kind of enjoyed the old way where people brought a gift. You tell me if it's a pot, this is not something for you to use, to hit your husband. It's for you to cook chicken or whatever. That I really loved. But things are evolving now. And the bride will be clad in these fancy and tight-fitting dresses. You see, sometimes the bride even looks like she can't breathe. She's about to collapse. But they're so tired. So things are changing. I mean, there's still a strong appreciation for tradition, but I pray there is also growing recognition that preparing a girl only for marriage is not enough. I have not really been in circulation because I've been working on a couple of projects. I kind of, I've been busy. But what I would like to see alongside the traditional teachings is the girls and women being taught about identity, purpose, education, emotional well-being, financial wisdom, and personal leadership. I see that as a more positive evolution. And I am sorry, Mrs. Piri, I know she was saying, nowadays you girls will be asking your husband to take out the trash. I mean, things have changed a little bit. We're all working, so. I don't expect my husband to just sit and flip through the channel while he probably came home at 5. I come home at maybe 8 p.m. He should be ready for me. The Zambian way, but we need to also start evolving. Things have changed a little bit. We parents here, we need to start teaching our sons as well. They should be also be more responsible. Help out in the home. A woman is a woman, yes, but I am sorry. I'm going off track a little bit. So when you teach the girl identity, purpose, education, emotional well-being, financial wisdom, and personal leadership, I see that as a more positive evolution. And what that means, especially for the young girls in the audience, you must know who you are before the world tries to define you. You must understand that your value does not begin with marriage. Your worth is not based on who chooses you, but on who you are as a person. You must discover your purpose, what you care about, what gifts you have, and what kind of impact you want to make in the world. So my young ladies, you must take education seriously, because education opens doors, builds confidence, and gives you choices in life. To the parents in here, I'll say this again, when you hire a Bana Chimbusa, you also need to make sure that they do not only teach the child Amasha. There's more to running a home than just those, you know. Like she said, yes, you have to cook, you have to prepare for your husband, you have to respect, and you know, to do all those things. But you also, that's why there's a lot of, you need to take care of these children, the girl child's emotional well-being as well. And how to handle pressure, disappointment, relationships, and challenges in a healthy way. When we were growing up, we were taught that a girl child should be seen and not heard. No. That's why you have all these children in these mental institutions going crazy. I think a girl child should know that it is okay to speak up respectfully and not be quarrels. But when something is wrong, speak up. I've been married twice. This is my second marriage. My first marriage, I went through the same teachings where I was just told, you know, girls should be heard, I should not be heard, you should be seen, and blah, blah, blah. So I enjoyed a lot in that marriage. And nobody knew what I was going through because I was told not to share. But we need to start telling these children now, you are an Achimbusa, you know, come to me, whenever there's a little situation, come and talk to me. I went through a lot, and when I decided to leave that marriage, people were like, man, Clara, I had the best life to the outside world, but inside I was suffering. I had the best car, I had a beautiful home, I had everything. My husband really spoiled me. Cartiers, Gucci's, that's what they saw, but in the home, it was a different story. So we need to start changing the narrative a little bit. Still emphasize on respect. Yes, we need to teach the girl child cooking and all the skills that are needed for taking care of the home. But I think the syllabus needs to start changing a little bit.
Thank you very much. I think there is a lot of things we can learn from that, and I'm sure we all have gone through stuff, and we have heard it from Dr. Sasha. Coming from a doctor, you need to take it seriously. All right, now moving on to...
Yeah, I almost went crazy.
Mrs. Kapiri, I don't know how much time we left, maybe about 10 minutes more, I think. 5 minutes. So we have 5 minutes to go. So,
I'll be quick.
Okay, so 5 minutes. The doctor over there is doing bye-bye. So, yes. So, Mrs. Kapiri, the last question for you. Do we try to follow up with these brides? You know, we are the matrons. Do we follow up with the brides to find out how they're doing? To find out, you know, how things are going? What we taught them? How are they, you know, how are they implying them in their marriage? Do we follow up with this?
Yes, especially I do follow up. in such a way that my bride won't even know that I'm trying to find out. I'll just call randomly to ask, because I don't want to mention, because one of my bride is in the audience, she's here. I call her anytime I feel like calling her, and I'll just ask her a random question, and she will answer it. And okay, sometimes she'll be like, I think that question you can ask my husband, he'll be a better person to answer. Then I know things are going well if I get that answer. I do follow up. And I love all my brides. I love them.
Beautiful. So, thank you, Mrs. Piri. And Mrs. Zulu, your last question as well. So, Mrs. Zulu, you could tell how I was dancing. I never danced. 2 years ago, I danced, I was on the floor, up, down, up, down. Now I can't do that. So are we trying to find the next generation, the Gen Zs, who is going to continue with this job that we're doing? Are we trying to identify kids in the community that can work on this, continue with this tradition, because it's a very important and we need it to continue.
So the way I feel, it's like, nursing, it's a calling. So you can't just get anyone because they're younger. You can't just get anyone to be a nurse. So same as Monachimbusa, you can't just get anyone because they're married. They can be the next biggest matron. It's a calling, and I know the way God works, He always appoints people to show up. So I'm not even worried that I won't have the next generation to teach. I know God is almighty.
Amen. So we have 2 minutes. I'll take maybe 1 or 2 questions from the audience. I know 1 or 2 people have a question. If you do, please raise your hand up, and I just need 30 seconds. Otherwise, they'll come and drag me from the stage. Any questions? Any concerns? All right, so the panel was great. Oh, sorry, okay.
Yes, I'm back again. Hello. So my question is, while keeping your traditions, how do you encourage young women and girls to find choice in their life?
Anybody? So when you say to find choice, what exactly do you mean?
Choice of a husband.
Choice of a
Well, I guess as I'm listening, it just sounds like there's a lot of things that are kind of like preconceived and pre-laid out, and traditionally have been this way. When you're born into the family, you spend your whole life maybe preparing to get married, or maybe even on the son's aspect, maybe their family also prepares them to get married too. But outside of marriage, because I know this is about education and empowering women who, young women who want to pursue their education. So how do we encourage them to know that there's more than life than just to get married?
I think I kind of touched on that a little bit. When I say we need to teach our children the girl child identity, purpose, education, emotional well-being, financial wisdom, and personal leadership, I see that as a more positive evolution. And what that means, especially for the young girl in the audience, is that you must know who you are before the world tries to define you. You must understand that you're valuable. Your value does not begin with marriage. Your worth is not based only on who chooses you, but on who you are as a person. So we need to instill that in the girl child. They must discover their purpose in life, what they care about, what gifts they have, what kind of impact they want to make in the world. So my young ladies, you must take education seriously, like I say. If you're educated, I don't even think a man can come and tell you, get out of my house, because maybe at the end of the day, you have bought that house 50-50, or maybe even you're the one who bought the house. So it's important for us to educate the girl child. Yeah.
Yeah, and we also encourage, so like AZWWI, and there's also another group of women, ASIKE. We actually encourage mentorship. So that's outside of the matronship. So we encourage mentorship. Like on our board, we have doctors, we have accountants, and the like. So we encourage mentorship.
Thank you so much.
One more question.
Oh, one more question.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. I will say I was one of the brides, and two of my matrons are there. Dr. Sasha and Mrs. Piri, they were my matrons. So, question for you, Mrs. Piri. In America, it's so busy. You are tired. Realistically, can't our husbands help us take the trash out?
I can answer that. I can answer that, Dr. Katema, and I'll let you know right now what I do. Most of the time, I don't tell my husband to take the trash. He does it himself. Because the way I think, telling my husband to take trash, I'm being disrespectful. And when it comes to cooking, you know very well, I pack food. I cook for 3 days. When I know I'm doing doubles, I'll cook so that my husband has enough food to put in the microwave. But most of the time, he eats fresh food, Madam Katema. He eats.
So we are about to enter one of the most funnest part of the program. Can anybody think about what's next? Okay, dancing almost. Before dancing. The hat competition. Woo! So the first prize is a $50 discount coupon off of a shipment. All right. Last 4 digits, 2219. Nudia Media.
This one is, we go for the $75 coupon, so you can use this anytime between now and December 2026. There will be no extensions. We gotta follow the fiscal year, so sorry. I'm sorry. My name is Inga from the DMV, Maryland to be exact, but most of you in here raised me, so you know me. I'm a part Georgia child. So, daughter of Banachimbusa, Sylvia Litana Robertson, or now is Ozo. But yeah, it's a delight to be here. I'm here not as a dancer today, I'm here as an express. But thank you for having us. So these coupons, just once you win, please come to the table with me and I'll pay the number.
Miss Priscilla?
My fellow Lamba. Marina Mama.
So if I can invite Dr. Katema Banda to just come on as we gift our special guest today.
Community engagement, Kennesaw State University. Thank you so much for your support. We're so happy you're here. And this is just so excited. So 2027, right? So 2027, what that means is the whole 2027, they'll be learning about Zambia at Kennesaw State University. They'll be doing some programs about Zambia at Kennesaw State University. So we all need to go out and support, and we will be there. Oh, so April of 2027, the consular courts of California, Texas, Georgia were organizing a trip to take people to Zambia. So April of 2027. I love it. Thank you very much. Do we have a picture? Did you enjoy our food?
Delicious.
Did you enjoy our dancing?
I wanted to dance.
You are going to dance.
Okay.
So I'm holding you to that.
Okay.
And so this one I'll let, so this part I'll let Priska handle this one.
But Dr. Sasha. And you know, in our culture we kunkula, but like Matron Grace said, we can only go down but we can't come up. So I want you to attempt to do that because I won't come. Matron Grace.
That is cute.
And Mrs. Kapiri. Thank you so much. And the Jamaican, you might want to follow their page. They're doing things all the time, so follow their page, the Jamaican page.
So I have to mention, so Mrs. Piri and Dr. Clara Sonda, they are members of AZWWI now. So we do have annual membership, $100 a year. You can become one of us. So that is free to everyone who believes in our cause. Please join us and support us. Thank you.
Excuse
babies, just come step forward. Okay, so this is what we do. So normally it's first, second, and third. So we've got 3 gifts. But with our babies, no one goes home bare hand. So I need someone to come up with something for the 4th child. Something. Let's go, ladies. We need all these babies to get something. Let's do it for girl child. Brothers.
I have a bracelet.
Okay, yeah, that works. So pick one, so get one to get 2. So pick one. Areva Metro, Sasha is our finalist. I can see Maseko. Okay, help me out. What do you think? All right. Okay. One more. One. All right. Okay. So these are our 4 finalists, but we need 3. So we're going to eliminate. So thank you, ladies. Thank you for playing. Thank you. Thank you.
And it's all right.